Oh my god, what the What is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. And definitely don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Right, for horror fans today, we're going to get a remake of Nosferatu, or Nosferatu, however you want to say it. For those of you who don't know what Nosferatu is, it's a black and white German expressionism horror movie. It was made in 1922 by a guy called F.W. Murnau, and the titular character, also known as Count Orlok, was played by Max Schreck. Now the movie itself was based around Bram Stoker's Dracula, the 1897 novel. But because they couldn't secure the rights to the novel, what they had to do was they went ahead and made it anyway, and they changed a few things. Instead of Dracula, he was called Count Orlok. What happened was they went ahead and made the movie, and the widow of Bram Stoker found out, and she sued the movie company. Now, it went to court, and the court ruled in favour of Stoker's widow and ruled that all the copies of the movie had to be destroyed. Thankfully, a few of them were saved, and that's why we still have it 100 years later, and it has become a bit of a legend in movie history, and probably one of the most influential horror movies of the century. There was a remake in, I think it was 1979. It was made by Werner Herzog, and the vampire was played by none other than Klaus Kinski. I'm sure you can find it on some streaming platform. And I think Nosferatu's, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's in public domain now, so you can probably watch it anywhere for free. It might even be on YouTube. So I found an article written by Collider, shout out to them, and it's none other than Robert Eggers, the guy who made The Witch, and he did The Lighthouse. He also did The Northman, which had a pretty decent box office return and got a very good critical appraisal. So this is just a little bit of an update as to what's happening, because I think, if I'm not wrong, I think this movie's been on the cards since something like 2015 or 2016. He's tried to get it off the ground a few times. Last time he tried to get it off the ground, I think it was with Focus Films, and he had Harry Styles and Anya Taylor-Joy attached to the project. Anya Taylor-Joy was in The Northman, of course. It fell through. He went on to make The Northman. Now that's out the way, he's back on track. So we'll go through the article. It says, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu casts Bill Skarsgård and Lily Rose Depp. That's Johnny Depp's daughter. So Robert Eggers' long gestating passion project is finally on the way. Director Robert Eggers' adaptation of the classic horror film is finally on the way, as Nosferatu has added several new cast members, with the film expected to be produced by Focus Features, according to an exclusive report from Deadline. Eggers will write and direct the upcoming horror film, best known for his terrifying performance as Pennywise the Clown in It. Bill Skarsgård is set to play the titular role of the iconic vampire, who is best recognised for his signature rat-like teeth, long bony fingers and terrifying stare. Whether the new rendition of the character will appear the same as he did in the original film remains unknown. Alongside Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp is also in talks to join the film as the young woman the vampire is obsessed with. I think about a stroke. While specific details of the film have not been revealed, Deadline reports that, similar to the original classic, the movie will take place in 19th century Germany and centre on the titular vampire and his obsession with a young woman who he stalks, bringing untold horror into her life. With Eggers' signature directing style providing one of the most iconic horror films to a new generation of viewers, Nosferatu could be an exciting film for fans to look out for when it eventually releases. Can't find anything on when the production starts exactly, but I think it's very early next year. I know they're just getting people on board at the minute, but there's nothing definite. I think they're in pre-production at the minute. Nothing definite on when actual principal photography starts. Hopefully soon, hopefully it'll be out next year. So the original Nosferatu first terrified audiences during its initial release in 1922 as an unauthorised adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula novel. However, copies of the film were quickly destroyed after a lawsuit from Stoker's widow. Despite attempts to suppress the film, Nosferatu remains... I can't even talk. I'm having a fucking stroke or what? Despite attempts to suppress the film, Nosferatu remains one of the most iconic and influential horror films and still receives critical acclaim due to its striking visuals and terrifying imagery. And it is terrifying. I mean, take a look at some of the stuff. For 100-year-old, I mean, look at the state of that. Imagine that coming at you out of the dark. Get lost, man. Mate, I don't care if you've got an axe, you need to run away quickly. It's horrendous. It's horrifying. 100-year-old movie, and then you get things like, look at that. Oh yeah, that is the last time I ever go on a holiday day trip on a boat in Turkey. There's no chance. It's horrifying. Can you imagine what the can you imagine the audience in 1922 seeing that shit coming at you out of the dark in a darkened theatre? A bloke with a big baldy head and eyebrows like crow's wings, fingers like prize-winning carrots. And look at the state of that. Coming up the stairs, you've got no chance. There's no chance I'd stay in that hotel. I'd be out of there like a flash. I swear to God. So what's the new one going to be like? In colour, with Pennywise the vampire on the screen, coming at you with fingers like that, with 12-inch fingers round your neck, drinking your blood. Oh, I cannot wait, mate. Sorry, I just got a bit excited. So Egger, who previously directed The Witch, which I haven't seen, is it any good? I don't know. He had expressed interest in attempting a remake of the classic horror film. It was previously announced that Harry Styles and Anya Taylor-Joy, I've already said that, is previously corroborated. Fucking, what are you talking about? Previously collaborated with. They were in talks to star in the project, but I think that's fell through. They both had to drop out of the project due to scheduling conflicts. It's because they've got other work to do, isn't it? When speaking with Collider's own Steve Weintraub, Eggers clarified that Styles was never intended to play the titular vampire and instead play another role. I can't imagine Harry Styles being scary, like, can you? He's about as scary as my foot. So plans on the remake halted with the acclaimed director Lady? What's the matter with you? Plans on the remake halted with the acclaimed director later helming films such as The Lighthouse, which was black and white. Is he going to make Nosferatu in black and white? I hope he doesn't. Like, it would be much better in colour, and then you could make it bloody. I know with black and white you get a lot of shadows and greys and whatnot, and that's the mark of a good horror movie. The antagonist hides in the shadows, but that's how they did it back in the day. I think we need to have a colour version. He also did this year's The Northman, which was excellent. If you haven't seen The Northman, it's very mythological, put it that way. It's an awesome movie. The director's passion project finally beginning to gear up. Fans of the classic movie can finally see a new, terrifying vision of the classic tale. Alongside writing and directing, Eggers will also produce the film with Jeff Robinov, John Graham, Chris Columbus, and Eleanor Columbus. Chris Columbus is a producer and a director, because I know he directed Home Alone. He directed a couple of there was only 2 Percy Jackson movies, and I don't know if it was the first 2 Harry Potter movies. He's directed about 20 odd movies, and I know he's produced over 40 movies. I know that for a fact. So you are getting quite the pedigree. I know Eggers hasn't had a lot of mainstream movies out, but the ones he's done have been fairly profound and very well received by critics. So I think we might be in for a treat. With the film still in development, no release date for Nosferatu has been set yet. Check out Collider's interview with Eggers about the Northman below. So if you go onto the Collider website, you're more than welcome to. There is an interview with Robert Eggers himself that you can watch there. I think it's on YouTube actually. So there you have it. We are getting a new Nosferatu movie sometime in the near future. Fingers crossed. What do you guys think? I think it's excellent. I can't wait to see it. I'm absolutely buzzing. I love vampire movies, and I love the fact that they've taken something from way back in the day, an absolute classic, a masterpiece if you like, and such an influential piece of cinema for the horror genre. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.